All right, guys, we're going to look at complex fraction and rational expression. We're going to go ahead and simplify this complex fraction. So remember how I told you that when you have something real complex like this and it's a fraction, what you really want to do is work in the numerator world, simplify that as far as possible first, okay? And then work in the denominator world, simplify that as much as possible, and then we'll take care of the division, okay? So in the numerator world, what you really want to do is, because what we're going to end up doing here is we're going to end up dividing, so we're going to end up trying to do some canceling. So what I'm going to do here in the numerator world, well, there's nothing to do with the 2, so we're going to keep that at 2. And I'm just going to I'm going to factor. I notice I can factor out a 4 out of both of these terms, so I'm just going to do that. I may or may not. I may go back to this. We'll see. But when you're simplifying, you want to factor everything. Okay? So that's about all. Well, actually, now that I look at it again, 2/4, I can simplify that. So continuing to simplify my numerator, 2/4 reduces to 1/2. So I'm going to have 1 over 2 times x plus 3. So I was able to simplify that. So you never know. So you want to factor everything. Okay, now we're going to do the denominator. Okay, so now working in the denominator, we have an addition. So remember, with addition, you want to get a common denominator. So I went and started by factoring out a 2. So in this denominator of 2 and quantity x plus 3, okay? And then here we have an x plus 3 quantity. Remember that they're a group because of the addition symbol. Well, what does this fraction need so that we have a common denominator? Well, it has an x plus 3, this has an x plus 3, that's common. This one has a 2, but this one doesn't, so it needs a 2. So I'm going to multiply the top by 2 and the bottom by 2. So now I have a common denominator. So now that I have a common denominator, I can go ahead and add the numerators together. So we're going to have 4 plus 2 gives me 6. Okay? And then our common denominator, we only have to write it down one time. It stays the same. Okay? So now I can, 6 over 2 is 3. Whole number. Whole numbers go on top over x plus 3. So now what we have here is we have this divided by this. Alright, now that we've simplified the numerator, we've simplified the denominator, we're dividing fractions. So remember, when dividing fractions, you multiply the numerator times the reciprocal of the denominator. I like to put my groups in grouping symbols. Just helps me see them better. Okay, so obviously we can cancel the x plus 3's. Okay, and now remember, when you cancel, that leaves a 1 in its place. If there's nothing here, you have to put a 1 here. So 1 times 1 is 1. And then here, this becomes 1 as well, okay? Because when you cancel, it's 1 over 1. So 2 times 1 is just 2, times 3 is 6. All right, so our answer is x. I'm sorry, we're not solving, my bad. This simplifies to 1/6. No answers on this claw. Isn't that something? How the x even went away and we came down to 1/6. So I hope this helps you out as you guys are working on this claw. Have a great night.